So let's get out of here. And let's create an artboard with this. So if we look at all these vinyl records, especially that one, that's pretty awesome. Cool. They all kind of have a similar thing where you kind of have this brighter part that's kind of in that bow tie.
Yeah.
Right? Some of them you'll see it kind of branch out a little bit. The easiest way to do that is to do something where you just this off to the side. So if I start with a circle like this, and we'll make it black. Then we can copy paste in front, and we're just going to roughly estimate probably about like there. And then copy paste in front, make our little hole in the middle. Copy, paste in front. I found that just a little bit of an edge will help that look like more of a hole. And so if this guy is black, then kind of looks like you're looking through it. Right? Okay. So then we need copy, paste in front. We need some like white shiny lines. And so one of the best ways to do this is to blend, right?
Yeah,
so,
I think that's what I tried.
Right.
There.
But if you blend like concentric circles, it's just going to give you, but we want to get kind of this like bow tie shine effect going on. And so I'm actually going to cut these. I'm going to add an anchor point about here and about here, and I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to add an anchor point about here and about here. I'm just going to use my wide arrow tool to delete that. Okay, and then I can grab this one and this one, and if I blend them, I'm going to Object, Blend, Make, or what I just did was Command Shift B, Command Alt B, and then go to Blend Options, Specify Distance, Preview. Okay, then you start to get that action going on. Okay, let's space them out just a little bit more. And sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. We might have to expand this into a shape. I'm going to take my line width tool, and I'm going to have it taper off. That might be a little too thick. So let's pull that back just a touch. So Shift W for the line width tool. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get it to be thicker in the middle and taper off on the edges. So you kind of get that shine. It's not doing it, so it's giving me that. So here's what we're going to do. Let's taper this off like that, and then we'll do the same on this side as well. And then we're going to expand it. Okay, so now let's. So actually, since that didn't work, what I want to do. So this is, like basic.
Yeah.
I'm going to step back and undo my blend. Okay, and then I'll do that before I get started. And then we'll combine them into shapes. So I'm just going to go here, hold them out like that, and then I'm going to make sure that they go to points. And I'll come over here, pull it out like that, and then make sure that these taper to points. So now I've got my two crescents. And I'm going to grab them and Object, Expand Appearance. And just do the same here. object, expand appearance. So now you'll notice they're no longer strokes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now they're shapes.
Okay.
And so they might blend a little bit better. So we'll go back and we'll do our blending. And sometimes it will flip them, like it's doing now. And so occasionally you need to rotate this like that. It's kind of annoying. Get it back to the edge there. Let's see how it does now. Still flipping. So let's try it this way instead. So undo that. Let's get rid of this one. And we'll just flip this across. So reflect tool, flip across a vertical copy.
Mm-hmm.
Click that. Might have to simplify. So let's get rid of this. Because if you notice, we've got a billion anchor points. And so let's go path simplify. And we don't need straight lines. And let's just kind of try to simplify as much as we can. Why can't we simplify? Because I selected it with my white arrow tool. That's why. Okay, select it with your black arrow tool. Path, simplify. Get rid of straight lines. Okay, and now we've taken 71 anchor points down to 2 anchor points. So we'll click OK. So that's good.
Did not know you could do that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That seems really helpful.
Super helpful. It can also destroy things sometimes, which is kind of annoying. But so now we'll grab those and we'll blend. And let's try flipping this side. See if we can get a better thing. I swear this has worked in the past. So I'm just going to grab both of these and I'm going to flip it. And rotate it. Okay, it's not working. So let's do it this way instead.
Could you try something like what you did with the watch project to kind of like make it bow tie in that way, or would you not want it to be that shiny?
You could. It just kind of depends on what you're going for. It also might be easier just to do something like this. And then we'll just get this shape to be what we want it to be. It's not going to be that. So let's take this shape, and I want to expand it out. So I'll go Object, Path, Offset Path. Yeah, that'll be all right. So we'll go there, and then I want to copy, paste behind. I just want to pull this side out like that. Okay, so that we can see what we're looking at. I want these two. Shape Builder tool, subtract. Good. Okay. So now we'll come back out, make this white, and we'll blend those two shapes, shall we? We're still getting a little action there, so I might come in like this and just make some adjustments. And one of the things is that it's going to try to blend the number of anchor points, and so I'm actually just going to delete this anchor point and this anchor point. I'm going to take this one, curve it out, and take this one, do the same. So delete, delete, Shift C for anchor point tool, just kind of curve that out. Okay, so that's getting a little bit better. So let's see what happens when we take that and increase this. Path, blend, where are we? Blend options. Let's try to specify distance. And as we increase this, it'll kind of give us that type of action, right? And now you can take this and you can change the color to, you know, anything you want. So I could grab my white arrow tool to select one of these and the other one. And we could say we don't quite want it to be white. It's want kind of like a dark gray. And then maybe you do another one in the middle where it's white or something like that, because you'll notice that it's a little bit heavier or brighter in the middle and kind of fades out. But then once you have this, however you get it, there's a number of ways to do it. You can just flip that and copy it and, you know, make whatever adjustments you need to make. But then you start to get kind of that record player feel. Now we've got some weirdness down in here. I might start manipulating some of these edges a little bit to see if I can clean that up.
Okay.
But that is kind of basically what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you can still come in and do weird stuff with this and adjust it and pull these out, and it'll still bend it and whatever, because it's a blend. So you could grab this one and copy paste in front, rotate them, center them, and then change the color. Yeah, and then you start to get kind of that. Like that's probably too extreme, but you get kind of the basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could come in and do that type of thing. So that's kind of one way to do it.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it takes a little tweaking, as you saw. Like I failed at doing it, like, you know, 3 or 4 times before I figured it out. But I mean, you can look at stuff like this, and you can say, "Oh, I really like that," and you can just do just a section.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so we could just say, because like in between each of these were the darker marks, that's where the songs end and the next song starts.
The next one, yeah.
And so, you know, if you really wanted to add a lot of realism, then you could come in and, you know, you could say, you know, I'm gonna go like this, you know, get that curve to be, you know, really exactly what you want it to be. So I'm gonna get about like that. We'll go white with no stroke. And then, you know, come in and make that significantly smaller so you could, you know, cut a section out of it or something. And so I could just take like an oval, just kind of like that. Yeah, I'm going to move that over just a touch. Command Y so I can see the outlines. Something like that. Shift M for Shape Builder tool. Grab both of them, blend. And you just do the same thing. Object, blend options, preview. You know, and then you've got like a little section there. You know, maybe you take this, you move it over, you know, you make it smaller, you know, or whatever. But you could also grab this whole thing, and there's some weirdness happening there, but we grab this whole thing and go expand appearance, and then expand, object and fill, and now they're all shapes, and then you can take that whole thing, change it into one single thing, and then when you grab this and drag it down in size, and this could get super weird, so we'll see how it does. Object blend make, object blend options, and then you have kind of that deal going on where you have this kind of shine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, put that on I guess where this is. Put it on a circle like that. Throw that behind, make it black. Change this to like a lighter gray. and then you've got kind of the,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the whatever's, you know, just copy, paste in front, bring this back, bring it to the top, you know. And obviously the one on the inside, you might have to like warp that or something to make it match. But if we grab this and let's release it, so we'll go to Object, Blend, Release, and just grab this one on the inside and just put it next to a circle like this for reference. You could grab just this. Let's look at these two. And you go to Object, Envelope, Distort, Make with Warp. And we can go Arc Vertical. Yeah, it starts to bend it pretty weird. But you might be able to get it into, kind of fit into a more circular shape.
Mm-hmm.
You could destroy it too, which is, you know, probably it's more likely to happen. Another thing that you could do is you could say, I'm going to create a brush like this. And so let's make it white and get rid of our fill. And we'll take our line width tool, Shift W, taper it off on either end. Come on, taper. Pull it out in the middle. Where did my stroke go away? Well, let's do it this way. Pull it out in the middle, then taper it off on either end. There we go. Adjust this. Grab these. Boom, 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 boom. Let's kind of space them out a little bit differently. So we'll go like that. And we'll go to Align. And let's just put like just a couple pixels in between them. Oh, we are way zoomed in. There we go. And then you can grab this whole thing and you can make it into a brush. Like so.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go Art Brush and click OK. And you can't see anything because it's white. And then we go OK. And then you can take like part of this. So let's delete this half and apply that brush stroke to the edge. And that'll do it too.
Okay.
And so then you just get rid of your fill. And you can be a little bit more precise with it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you could come in here and adjust these. I mean, you could come in here and say, you know, I want this middle one to overlap. So I'm going to take that side, kind of pull that out, that side, and pull that out a little bit. You can kind of vary it up so that it's a little bit more realistic. You know, maybe this one pulls out there, and this one goes away. You know, and then you can turn that into a brush or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So there's lots of different ways. There's lots of different ways to do that. But the basic gist is that you want to kind of look at these shapes and see what they actually are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's thicker in the middle because these are little crescents that taper to a very fine point. And they're thicker in the middle. And that's why it looks brighter,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we don't see, even though it feels like we see a groove that goes all the way around, and like logically, we're like, yeah, so of course there's a line that goes all the way around. We only see the highlights
Mm-hmm.
because it's on a black surface. And so, you know, however you want to end up doing that is fine. But that's kind of the main thing. And then you can come in and you can do, you know, just like an edge on it, you know, so you can come in and say, copy paste in front, you know, bring it just inside, you know, get rid of the black, and just give it just a little bit of an edge. I feel like the line width tool has changed, and I don't know why it doesn't work like it used to. That's strange. Anyway, should be able to do that.